engage in an exercise that they think is not an achievement. And as a professional, I think you are doing a good job. And so I want to encourage you that you should minimize it by saying that this psychiatrist you are employing, you don't think if it's an achievement. If it was in Garissa, for instance, have you asked yourself, that person who is in Garissa, there are no mental health services. The nearest county, I think, is Tana River. If I'm not wrong, there are also no mental health services. I think they have to come to Thika. Now I've gone to, or go to Wajir. I've traveled that road, and those distances are great, and the insecurity is not good. Yeah. So for Nairobi to have more, and by the way, Nairobi being the capital and our population increasing, I think it should be leading, and I want to congratulate what is happening. It's a good thing. It is to be emulated. There has been in the recent past, discussions that demean the role of the psychiatrist and medical intervention. We talk as if psychiatrists are not aware about the diversity of mental health. I want to contradict that position and assure everybody that psychiatrists are very much aware about the biopsychosocial approach to mental health and wellness. And therefore, when I receive a patient as a psychiatrist, one thing I'll weigh is what biological interventions may they need. It could be medication, it could also be other forms of physical interventions, like electroconvulsive therapy, for example. What psychotherapeutic interventions do they need? It could be counseling, it could be CBT or another form of psychotherapy. What kind of social interaction do they need, or intervention do they need? It could be something like peer counseling, it could be group therapy, it could be family therapy. We are very much aware. We are also aware about community health. Psychiatrists are trained in community health. So even the question Rodrigo was asking, what community interventions can we put in place? If you pose that question to a psychiatrist, they'll give you an answer. They'll give you a very good answer. It's just that they have not been asked. We always think that if it is a community intervention, then someone other than a psychiatrist is responsible or can do it better. Remember, and that's lack of understanding of the community model. The community model, the psychiatrist is also part of the team, the psychiatric nurse, the occupational therapist, the social worker, the psychologist, they're all members of the community health team. So if you sit down with the psychiatrist, they can help you develop and design and co-design that model that can improve services at the community level. And then, so please, as we have this discussion, let us also anchor it in scientific evidence. As a scientist coming from a scientific background, I acknowledge that spirituality beliefs can vary, and they vary, and that's also a problem. You see, it's like a supermarket. If you enter, you come up with a different good. So there is nothing uniform. What works for one person may not work for another. And so even when I get a patient who needs some form of, or who values spirituality, I can ask them what it is, and then I can encourage them, and I could also get their spiritual leader to come and we have a discussion on what is extreme and what is normal. So it is important we know, so that we don't, I don't. Observe him taking the medication. She gets involved. Maybe not every day, but at least on some days of her choice. She can say some random days she is watching the medication and the recommended dose. Just to support him. And do you frequently take the medication? That's okay. Yeah, but so far, there is reported improvement generally, and even compared to the time that I first saw him. So overall, we're doing well. I wouldn't think that the whatever part that still needs recovery is more behavioral therapy rather than medication. I think medication we are at some level of optimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what can we do to improve the behavior? We talked about the phone, and I think that's a very good picture. Yeah. But definitely not second. Okay, KPA here. Oh, you want to have a chat?
It's okay. You can.
Yes.
Okay, come on. Yeah, phone and place. It's okay. Hello, Kerry. Salama, Kerry. Yeah. You come at the end. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, let me brief you. Okay. So we've been discussing Ando's progress.
Yes.
He has told me that he's feeling fine, and he thinks he's doing well, and he has been coming for therapy, and that is going on well. And he also says that he's taking the medication that he's supposed to take. So he has no major challenges. So one issue that is still there is that he still posts things from internet. He's at work. So we've tried to find what could be an appropriate intervention for that. So we've agreed with him and Martin that in case he posts, then he surrenders his phone during working hours for a week. Yeah. So if he posts, he surrender his phone for a week during work, so he don't have access to the phone. In case then after the week the phone will be given back to him. Yeah. In case after that post again, he surrender the phone for 2 weeks, and that progression will go on as long as there's any posting to the workplace. If he has agreed to it, it's a friendly behavioral change intervention. Yeah. If he doesn't post for a week, you can find something to give him. So you can see how you can graduate that over time. Rewarding for not posting. So that's what we have agreed. What was the other thing we said? The medication. We said that the person who stays with him can make arrangements to do some random observations while he's taking the meds. So on any day of her choice, she can decide to participate, give him support, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah. So